Perfectionism is one of the biggest obstacles when it comes to doing anything creative, and it comes in a lot of different forms. But once you understand the cause of it, you can fight it no matter what form it takes. This is going to be a video where I talk about something I realized by making videos for this channel. So my videos have basically three components to them: the audio recording, the video footage, and the music in the background. This pattern makes it really easy to figure out what I need to do because it's the same thing every time. But each of these components takes time and effort to complete. So this leads to the following question: what's more important, making videos or improving my skills? For most of my time making stuff, I've never really been able to answer that. Anytime I make videos, I feel frustrated that I'm not improving, and whenever I focus on my skills, it feels boring and pointless to keep it all to myself. But then I had a realization. You don't have to pick one or the other, you can have both. But to have both, you have to pick which one is more important. So let's say we pick that improving skills is more important than making videos. But making videos will still be incredibly important because that's how you get yourself out there and share what you have with other people. So how does that affect the way we see our objective? Most people, including myself who get to this point, start to think in terms of sacrifices. I'm sacrificing videos so that I can get better at drawing or get better at composing music. Because you can't have a speed paint without a finished drawing, and you can't have music without finishing the composition, right? But what does finished mean? If you go online and look at drawings that different people have posted, you'll see a bunch of sketches, a bunch of paintings, character portraits, and a bunch of backgrounds. And think about popular music that a lot of people love. Chances are there are also remixes of that song that some people like even better. So there's no rule that says that something's not finished until it has this and that, XYZ, whatever. It's only finished when we say it is. And we can use that to our advantage. If you can't finish something fast enough to post it, then change what finished means and post it on time. But won't that stop us from getting the growth that we would have gotten if we continued? You can't learn to paint by doing sketches, right? That's true. But who says we have to stop there? Just because you've posted something doesn't mean that you can't keep working on it. If you really want to improve at something but also need to post videos, then why not, for example in the case of art, use the sketching process as one speed paint and then record the coloring as another one and the rendering as another one, so on and so forth. And I'm not saying to milk whatever you're working on. What I'm saying is, even if your pace is slow, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. The only way to get better is to practice, and if you do practice and reflect critically about what you need to work on, then you will get better. So, whether you're fast or slow, it doesn't matter. You can still share your process. This might be a really dumb analogy that I'm about to make, but think about the iPhone. There's been so many different versions of them made, and a new one comes out every year. And it's not really different between, say, version 7 and 8, for example, or 13 and 14. But the current one is way different from the original, and people go crazy about each version every year. So, taking it back to perfectionism and how it gets in our way. As we know, the only way to improve is to invest time. So what exactly is perfectionism then? Does it mean we strive to be perfect? But if that's true, then what's the difference between perfectionism and just trying to get better? I would say that perfectionism as we know it, as we hear people say, "Oh, I'm a perfectionist," isn't defined by striving to be the best, or to be perfect, or without flaw. But rather, it's defined by the exclusion of things that are imperfect. So basically, it's hiding. Anyone who wants to improve will practice consistently and to as high of a degree that they can. People who want to be perfect, if they really want to achieve that impossible ideal, will still do the exact same thing. But perfectionism, in terms of mentality, is about feeling bad about each inconsequential, imperfect result. Perfectionism is like feeling shame at the failures and also the successes that weren't perfect enough. The cost is that you've done more than you realize, but you haven't put it out there, you haven't accepted it, and you haven't thought logically about what you've accomplished to the extent that you know exactly what your accomplishment means. So I find that perfectionism is a consequence of not thinking critically and realistically about the factors that have led to a specific result. Meaning that despite having all this experience, you don't know how to replicate the conditions that have led to that result. And if you don't know how to replicate it, then you don't have the starting point that you need to be able to tweak it to make the next result better. And another huge cost is that it stops us from clicking upload. Look at the people who are having the most success online. Whether that success means money, feeling proud of yourself, having enthusiastic people to talk about your favorite things with, all the different kinds of success you see have one thing in common. Successful people keep showing up. People care about what's good, yes, but they also care about a lot of other things that have nothing to do with mechanical skill. People care about things that make them feel. They care about things that they understand, about surprises and relatable experiences, and even about people or things that they don't understand. So the web of things people care about is so multifaceted that to share only the things that you think they'll care about is at best an unhelpful restriction and a wasted opportunity. And let's take other people out of the equation entirely. Think about how you see yourself in terms of your skill. How certain are you that your self-perception is 100% accurate to reality? Even if you understand yourself really well and you're very logical and realistic, we're talking about months, years, or decades of work to sift through. It's not possible to, in every moment that you think about this, go back in your head and be like, I made this and it was pretty good, oh, I made that and it was pretty bad, and to just come up with an accurate summation of your skill level. That's another area where posting your stuff can really shine. You'll be able to look at everything that you've made in various stages of completion and give yourself the evidence and the opportunity to change your mind about yourself. Sometimes you'll look at something you completed and realize that it doesn't have as much going for it as something else that you posted without really finishing it. Sometimes you'll look at something that at the time you thought had a lot of soul and passion put behind it and notice that another piece that you worked harder on more diligently, consistently, but less passionately actually has a lot more hidden potential. It's a mixed bag of years of information. And that's without mentioning that over hundreds or even dozens of posts, you'll start to get a sense of what other people value too. You'll see comments that say something didn't turn out as bad as they expected, comments that say they really liked what you made and resonated with it, and you'll also get a bunch of voiceless dislikes that show you that no matter what you make, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's all valuable information, and it makes you more connected to yourself and the rest of the world. Moving forward in life is all about the systems that you make and follow. People who have been working hard for years or decades have tried and true processes where, by instinct, they spend some amount of time on one thing, post it, and then move on to the next one. The process that I'm suggesting is for people who don't have those years or decades. It's a simplified version where I basically suggest this. Whenever you come across a slow zone where you find yourself trudging along, avoiding finishing what you have now, ask yourself this. In the past, when I've been in this situation, have I been more successful when I pushed through until it was finished, or did that just end up wasting more time delaying my core goal? If the answer is that it made you more successful, then go ahead, push through, finish it up nice and efficiently. But if you find that in these situations you end up delaying pretty much indefinitely, as is the case with most perfectionists, then here's what I want you to do. Think of the most flattering way you can present what you have now. Maybe it'll be in the background of a video that you upload, maybe it'll be in a Twitter post, maybe it'll even be uploaded in the exact same way you upload everything else. Then give yourself a timer for 30 minutes. This timer starts the very second you notice that you're procrastinating. Literally, take your phone and put a timer with an alarm for 30 minutes, and by the time that timer beeps, post your work online. It might hurt, yes, and you'll be leaving potential on the table, but that's just part of the process, and every time you do this, it takes a burden off of you. It makes it just slightly easier to go further next time, and every time you do this, it weakens the hold that perfectionism has on you. And after countless repetitions of this, maybe your perfectionist instincts will even become a strength instead of a liability. Thanks for watching this video. If you've watched up to this point, you are the GOAT, and I believe in you whatever you're doing. Leave a like, subscribe for more, comment your experience dealing with perfectionism or procrastination, and let's work hard and smart on our goals.